It's noon here in Ventnor City, New Jersey, and this is news that you can use from CarEdge for, well, Monday, July 10th, with your hosts, Ray and Zach. And I'm still sporting my sexy, husky voice today, ladies and gentlemen, because I really am probably getting sick.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Pops is getting a little sick. Here's the deal. We're going to be talking about used car prices. Huge shockwaves. This news that came out of Cox Automotive truly is actually, it's historical, Pops. We're going to talk about it in just a moment.
Hysterical or historical?
Historical. No, it actually is historical. We're going to spend some time talking about that. Before we do, today we were supposed to be in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yes.
Hanging out with one of your favorite YouTubers, Brandon from Car Questions Answered. And last night at about 10 p.m., Frontier Airlines, shame on me, I booked us on Frontier. They canceled our flight. We will be down in Charlotte eventually.
They canceled our 6:25 p.m. flight, which they moved early yesterday morning to 7:55. And then as we were on our way to the airport, they moved it to 8:56.
Then they moved it to 10:56.
And then they just said, oh, the hell with it. Let's just cancel it. Send everybody home. And let me tell you, at the ticket counter, it gets ugly when those flights get canceled.
Here's the deal, Pops. Wholesale used vehicle prices see large decline in June. That is a tepid headline for what is some really impactful.
Tepid.
I think I used that
Yeah,
word
no,
correctly.
you did. I'm like, wow.
Wholesale used vehicle prices
Yes.
decreased 4.2% in June from May. That's a percent a week, folks.
That
the
is.
Manheim used vehicle value index declined to 215.1, down 10.3%
from a
year ago. Here's where this becomes interesting, Dad.
Okay.
Chris Frey, the senior manager of economic and industry insights over at Cox, says, quote, the 4.2 drop is among the largest declines in the index's history.
Yes.
And the largest decline since the start of the pandemic in April of 2020, when the index plunged 11.4%. This is the second largest decline, but if you take out the pandemic-induced anomaly, this is the largest monthly decline in wholesale used vehicle values. And at the same time, Dad, retail sales are actually down. Used car retail sales are down, and inventories are building up like crazy.
Wow. And if you dig a little deeper in the article, retail prices fell. Are you ready for this, ladies and gentlemen? A staggering 0.5%. A staggering 0.5%, which indicates one of the reasons that used car sales are down is because used cars are still significantly overpriced from where they should be. Wholesale values go down 10.2%. Yeah, we think we'll drop the retail 0.5 point. Get out.
All right, so what's going on here? Let's continue to break it down, Dad.
Okay.
You've got retail sales are down.
Yes.
Retail prices are only down that 0.5 point, like you mentioned.
Retail prices are still sky high, yes.
So retail prices are still sky high, but wholesale prices are effectively falling off of a cliff. Again, it's the largest ever since the pandemic. So I mean,
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But the only real impact on people's pocketbooks right now is going to be the fact that their trade-in is worth a heck of a lot less. CarEdge.com/sell. We help you with that. That's the storyline here. Dealers are still holding up. That being said,
yes,
inventory is starting to build up, Dad.
Yes.
There was, let me pull it up over here. This comes from Auto Finance News. Let me share this tab on the screen really quickly. The headline, Dad, quote, tsunami of product coming as EV production outpaces sales. This article in Auto Finance News, as well as another article this morning coming from Axios, both of them harp on electric vehicle inventory piling up because there's been a 350% increase in used electric vehicle inventory in the United States. But it doesn't matter how you slice it, used vehicle inventory is actually going up on a day's supply basis because demand has fallen off.
Yes.
The amount of actual used vehicles for sales is still low.
Yeah. I mean, it's still below what normal was considered.
But the day's supply is going up because fewer people are buying them.
Because fewer people can afford them. Because prices are. Let me help the dealers with these.
Please.
With this. For those that are sitting on a plethora of pre-owned vehicles and wondering where the people are, I'll help you with this. Your prices are too high. Okay, you just have them priced too high. Now, I know many of you out there, well, you advertise a really cheap price on the internet. And then when the customer shows up at the dealership, that ain't the price. Well, if you ever wanted to scare off your customers, that would be a good way to do it. Let's whoosh, reel them in with that cheap price that they're going to see on the internet. And then once they're here and we hook them, oh, we're going to raise the price like $5,000-$6,000. Well, you know what? Today, people, yeah, there are plenty of dumb people out there, but not as many as you as
Uninformed,
as there used to be.
uninformed.
Uninformed. There are plenty of uninformed people out there, but not as many as you were counting on. And because we have been educating them and others have been educating them, they ain't falling for your crap anymore.
What do you make of it though, Pops? Think about it as a business person. That dealership, we talk about this all the freaking time because it's the reality. They finance their inventory.
Yes.
So there's like a mixture of a credit crunch going on right now on the dealer side and the consumer side. The credit crunch on the consumer side is obvious.
Well, yeah.
We report once a week of a new financial institution pulling out of indirect lending for auto loans, meaning there are fewer options for us as consumers if we were planning to finance the purchase of a vehicle. On the dealer side, there are floor plan companies, normal financial institutions, and then specialty financial institutions. Floor plan rates are going to be 8 to 10 to 12, maybe even higher APRs each month. So you're sitting on all this inventory that you're financing that you can't just take to the auction and turn around. Remember when used car prices were going up 4% every month?
Yes.
The rationale we heard from dealers, because we help thousands of people every month buy new and used cars. The rationale we heard from all the dealers, Dad, was I don't want to sell it to you. I'll just take it to auction and make even more. What's the rationale for the dealer now? I'm paying a floor plan interest cost every single month on every vehicle that sits. And if I go to the auction right now, I'm going to lose 4%.
Well, no, better yet, the inventory I've been sitting on is worth 4% less today than it was 30 days ago. So we're going to make it up by waiting. No, it's only going to continue to go down. Historically, this is the time of year where we see wholesale values go down, and they typically decline through the end of the year. So it's not going to get better for these dealers. The cost of their cars, they are significantly underwater in anything that they bought 30 days or longer ago. Significantly underwater in those. So they could say, well, if you don't buy it, we're going to take it to the sale. Well, yeah, you can take it to the sale and you're going to lose probably 10, 15% when you take it to the sale. Those bids aren't going to be anywhere near where you want it to be. It would be time, if I were a dealer, if I were running a dealership, and I looked at my inventory and I see that it's starting to sit, I would adjust my pricing. I don't know. I'd be silly. I'd be crazy. I'd advertise a real price that you can buy the damn car for, so that when you show up, that is the price of the car and you would want to complete the transaction. But, I'm not running a dealership anymore.
Well, yeah, but on August 12th, you are for a day.
Yay!
CarEdge sales event, CarEdge.com/event. Here's the deal. Let's do a quick experiment. I love to do these things live, no preparation whatsoever.
Okay.
Let's go to the website, and right now, Dad, let's choose a used car that we want to look at, and we're going to do a quick floor plan expense analysis real quick. We're going to do like the business case for why a dealer might want to move that metal. What do you say? Let's do like a 2021 Honda, Toyota, BMW.
We were just at a Jeep dealership yesterday. Do a 2022. And it was what was it?
It was a Gladiator.
Yeah, Mojave.
Well, yeah, but that'll come up here. Yeah. All right, so let me share this tab. All right, so in our area, what I'm going to do when the market research report comes up, this free market research report comes up, I'm going to sort it by days on market highest.
Okay.
Scares me like crazy. 419, I'm not going to believe that. 412, I'm not going to believe. Maybe I do need to start to believe some of these. Yeah. Holy cow, Dad. These dealers have been sitting on cars for a year. Let's find one that's like a little bit lower. Holy cow, look how long they've been holding on to these cars, man. Let's look at this one here from Frank.
Okay.
This dealership, Dad, Oh, this is a new one. This is a new one.
Okay.
That could explain why.
Yes.
Let me see if I can find a used one real quick. So let's look for one that has some mileage on it.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Carvana's
that new
got
one,
one.
For 46 seems like a bargain after some of the ones we saw yesterday.
Here we go, Dad. 164 days on the market,
9,800
miles. All right, so let's view this one. Here we go. This is not the one we were looking at yesterday, but
No,
I want
not.
to talk about this. I want to use an
Yes.
example. 164 days on the market. So that would be, what is that? That's about 6 months, 5 months.
5.5 months.
So we'll call it 5 months. $47,999 is what they're asking
Scroll up
for.
just a little bit. I love this. Get a special offer in this vehicle. Text Spirit. Why don't you just advertise the special offer?
They're advertised at 47. Look at the market day supply for this.
Just 203,
203
ladies
days.
and gentlemen.
Looking at the stock number, so I don't know if it's a trade-in or if they got it at the auction. Doesn't tell me that there. Let's see. Pops, originally it was a $53,525 vehicle back in June.
That was when it was new.
Then they tried to sell it for $55,000. They've obviously
As a used car.
They've been coming down. Let's take a guess. How much do you want to say this dealerships in this car? What do you think they financed this car for? Let's take a guess. It's not going to be accurate, but it's going to be directional.
I don't know, 42 grand maybe.
All right, so let's even round it down. Let's say 40. Make the math easier.
Yes.
We're saying that they've been paying off a $40,000 car note for 5 months.
Yeah.
Let's make the floor plan interest rate simple. Let's say the floor plan interest rate's 10%. Like, start to do the math.
Say
here.
it's 5%.
Say it's
Just
5%.
Just 10% high.
10% is not high in today's market. 10% would have been high 5 months. Not even necessarily 5 months. No matter how you slice it here.
Yeah, it's costing them money.
It's costing them a non-trivial amount of money every single day that this car sits. Not only does it lose 4% of its value at the wholesale auction each month, which is not trivial.
Yes.
Yeah, recently, moving forward. It's also costing this dealership legitimately over those 5 months thousands of dollars to have it sit there.
Well,
both in hard cost and opportunity cost.
Yes.
What is the rationale? What is the business rationale to do that? Like, genuinely, I'm asking, are we going to see a flurry of dealers go out of business because they can't move inventory, because the banks are going to call them and have curtailment payments and say, hey, you know what, floor plan line of interest, it's line of credit, it's over. Sell your cars, it's over. We just need cash back. Like, when does that credit crunch hit the dealers? Because that's what feels like is going to happen. At least that's how I'm sensing it.
It is just dealers have to make a decision as to how they want to operate their business. Now, every dealership has a used car aging policy, except obviously those selling Jeep.
The Jeep dealers in our region.
But typically they have, and typically most dealerships, it's you either retail it or wholesale it after 60 days. Some dealerships, it's 90 days. I've worked at dealerships where it was the fine wine theory, where you just keep sitting on it because, like a fine wine, it gets better with age. It does not, okay, because it costs you money to have it sit there, and it costs money for the piece of real estate it keeps sitting on, because you're not making any profit off of that real estate.
Yep.
So that typically dealers have an aging policy. Now, maybe they understand that if they were to take these things to the auction, they're going to get clobbered.
Clobbered is an understatement.
Okay. Yeah. But having said that, wouldn't you be better off lowering the price significantly enough to move the vehicle to a retail customer, maybe sell it for $42,000 or $43,000 to a retail customer?
Let's plug this into Black Book real quick.
And have the opportunity in the finance office to maybe sell them something and plug it into CarWiser.
Yeah, we can do that too. Yeah.
You know, it would be, it seems to me, you know, and we know that it's nowhere near that retail wise because they're not selling.
Yeah, the Black Book numbers aren't updated fast enough to catch up with the declining consumer demand.
Yes.
But maybe this car gets you $43,000 at auction. Maybe 44. Let's see what car. Let's do the pressure test. Let's do the pressure test. I'm gonna click on sell.
Okay.
I'm gonna plug in the VIN.
Yes.
We said 9,800.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't be getting sick on us.
No, not me, buddy.
What was the zip code of the dealer? Give me 1 second. Doylestown, Pennsylvania. What's a Pennsylvania zip code?
19064 is Uncle Kenny's. Close enough.
19064. If you see our Uncle Kenny nearby, say hi to him.
Yeah.
Great guy. Got a cell phone recently.
Yeah. But he won't be. You won't see him walking around with it because he just leaves that at home in case of an emergency.
Is the title in the seller possession? Sure. Has it? No, it's never been in an accident. Let's see here. No defects. No. Again, we are taking a used car that is actively for sale and seeing what on CarEdge.com/sell it's actually worth, what a dealer would pay to buy it.
Yes.
Any mechanical issues? No. 2 keys.
Oh, yeah.
New tires.
Oh, yeah.
Any issues? No. Yeah, maybe I'll buy a new car.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
How underwater are car dealers on their inventory right now? That's what we're about to find out.
We're not.
Yeah, we're not.
Because they're really thinking about how little they want to offer.
The only offer in this region.
Yeah.
Remember, we used to have CarMax bidding on stuff, Carvana bidding on stuff, Vroom bidding on stuff, Echo Park.
Before they closed 6
Can we just sit for a second? The only offer, the only wholesale, here's a cash offer retail customer.
Yes.
Or just customer. Yeah. Is $31,060.
Which is just $16,000 below the asking price.
$16,000 below the current asking price. And there's only one. And for those of you who have been with us for the years that we've been doing this,
yes,
there'd never be one. Sure, there are some areas of the country where we got no coverage, but there's never one. The whole premise of the whole thing is that there's like 6 of them.
Yeah, at least 2.
So there are dealers pulling out saying, I'm good.
Yeah.
And the only dealers that are being, interested are offering $16,000 under retail.
Okay, so having seen that, and this dealer at Spirit, Chrysler, Plymouth, whatever it is, they've seen it. Okay,
they should watch the stream.
And they have to be thinking, well, yeah. If we take it to the auction, maybe we get lucky, maybe we get 32,000, maybe we get 33,000, but it's still significant. It's like probably a 10 grand loss for them. Why not just sell it to a retail customer and move on and take that money and put it into something that, I don't know, you could turn every 30 or 45 days as opposed to every 165 days.
That dealers can't sell these overpriced cars, and they no longer have the scapegoat of, hey, customer, I'm disinterested. I'm going to send it to the auction. We just demonstrated that, and the costs are adding up and adding up and adding up. And I'm voicing it here on a live stream, so it's not even going to, maybe we'll do a video on this. There is going to be a cash crunch for dealers. It hasn't happened yet. It's already happened a little bit with some of the independent dealers. You are going to see a cash crunch for dealers. You are going to, this is my thing. You are going to see floor plan companies pull lines of credit. You are going to see them want to liquidate so that they can have capital.
So if I understand you correctly, if I can read between the tea leaves.
Thank you.
Okay. What you're saying is that for breakfast, dealers are no longer going to be eating Captain Crunch. They're going to be eating Cash Crunch.
I really think so, Dad.
Okay. You could be onto something.
I really think so. Because you look at, it's not, and let's be very clear, it's not only retail auto. There's other examples of this in the market right now. Here's an example that came from Twitter. These are semi-trucks, Dad. This is an index that tracks the price of used 3-year-old semi-trucks. Okay. Read this tweet. Yikes. 3-year-old truck prices fall another $10,000 on average in May. A $140,000 truck 14 months ago is now worth $77,000. This is in the semi-truck business.
That sounds like a Mercedes S-Class.
So that's what I'm trying to say, Dad, is this is not just unique to auto. I think the thing that's unique to auto would be, do I still have that headline pulled up? Oh, where was it? Yeah. The thing that's unique to auto, Dad, is the fact that consumers and dealers alike made really uninformed decisions. What I mean by that is it was only about 18 months ago that 80% of new car buyers paid over MSRP. So that is going to exacerbate some of what we're seeing in the auto industry.
Yes.
Is people just ended up getting way underwater, or underwater on their
Yeah,
car loans
instantly.
and dealers are getting underwater on their lines of credit. I think we're at the latest data from Cox Automotive paints a very clear picture to me. The market has shifted.
Yes.
Consumers are not buying as many used cars. And automakers can prop up sales on the new car side with fleet sales. They can't do it on the used car side.
Well,
And that's
that was the most amazing statistic when you start looking at on the new car side of things, new vehicles. And the headlines are touting how sales are way up, and they're projecting perhaps selling 15.8 million new vehicles this year. Well, if it wasn't for fleet, we'd be in the toilet. Okay, so.
And you've got to imagine that those fleet customers are going to be looking at their balance sheets, at their P&Ls, and they're going to start saying, huh, you know what? Maybe I don't need to go buy those 5,000 Ford F-1. Like, you good over there?
You're much better. Yes.
We've got this dad from Random Guy.
Yeah, sounds like me.
I was looking at RAV4s in my area. Prices are down by about $5,000 for used, and all this happened in the last few weeks. Unbelievable. Yeah, I think we are going to continue to see pressure. That being said, you're going to see headlines that suggest the counter argument to us. I think the real story here is that cash crunch for dealers, and obviously we will have a pulse on what's going on.
We will have our fingers on
we will
the pulse
have our fingers
of what's going on out there.
On the pulse of what's going on out there.
Yeah. It'll just be pulsating.
It'll be pulsating.
It will indeed.
All right, Pops, I want to remind everyone
Yes.
that we are only a few weeks away, 4 weeks away. We are hosting our first ever CarEdge meetup/sales event. All right, so I dropped the link in the chat. We partnered with a dealership in Staten Island, CDJR, and Subaru, and we convinced them to let us run their dealership for a weekend. August 12th is a Saturday. We're going to be doing a live show from the showroom floor, as well as we have pre-negotiated all the pricing at this dealership. Dad, I cannot wait to do this because the more I look at it, the more they need our help, and we can actually do it.
Yeah, and the whole concept here is to show them that there is a better way to sell cars that is more customer centric, easier, transparent, less time consuming, that perhaps by cutting your margin per car but increasing the volume of the cars you sell, crazy concept, that you'll be able to sell more cars and ultimately make more money. So we're trying to convince dealers that it's time to be fair, transparent, cut out all the crap, cut out all the shenanigans, and we will. And yes, there'll be a Car Questions Answered sponsored hot dog cart.
Let's jump over, Dad, and let's do our favorite segment of the show.
Really? You gotta be kidding me.
And Lenny wants to know, will you guys be selling online and shipping? I'm going up to the dealership. We're actually going to. Hopefully
we're going up
on Wednesday, and we'll be talking to them about exactly that. But please, Lenny and everyone else, put your email address if you're interested. We're going to be on August 9th is going to be the day that you can leave deposits to reserve cars. So August 9th, you need to be alerted. Then, Dad, for really, you've got to be kidding me today. Yes. You and I were out yesterday, and although we weren't able to make our flight, we did spend some time at a few of the local dealerships.
Yes.
We saw, it's on TikTok, and it's going a little bit viral, and it deserves to go viral. We saw the stupidest business practice of all time yesterday. I'm calling it that, and I hope I hope no one's offended by that, but this is idiotic.
I don't know that it's the stupidest of all time because, well, you're only 27, soon to be 28. I think you are underestimating some of the stupid business practices that you might encounter over the rest of your lifetime. But this would be probably in the top 5.
Jeep Renegades are well known to be the slowest selling car in the United States of America, with in our region a 320-day supply. We're at the dealership yesterday, Dad.
Yes.
And what label did they have on every one of their Jeep Renegades?
Well, we like them so much, we want you to pay an extra $10,000 over.
A $10,000 market adjustment on all Jeep Renegades. Not to mention, on this dealer's lot, they also had a $10,000 market adjustment on a Chrysler 300C. They also had $10,000 market adjustments on all of their Grand Cherokees, Ram 1500s, Ram 2500s, and Wranglers. Really got to be kidding me. Is not a strong enough phrase to describe this stupidity.
Well, and what I came up with yesterday when you asked me, well, why did they do that? I said, so that way the salesperson could say, well, what if I could knock off the $10,000 market adjustment? Meanwhile, you've taken off nothing. The customer's still paying MSRP for a car that nobody wants.
For a car that you get 5 to 10% off of MSRP.
Every dealer can operate however they want. They can operate transparently, or they can operate like it's 1966. They make a decision as to how they want to run their business. This is a particular Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealer that made the decision that we're old school. We're stuck in the 60s and the 70s. I'm sure when you go there, not only do they have the market adjustments, which we plainly saw, but the first thing the salesperson's doing is whipping out his Foursquare. Okay.
I hate when they whip out their Foursquare.
Nobody hates it more than I do. And so they're whipping out the Foursquare and they're doing the whole shenanigans. It's like they haven't evolved at all, in the last 50 years. And they're happy to try and do business that way. And my guess is that there, as you like to say, there are enough uninformed buyers out there that fall for this trick on a daily basis. Shame on those people. Yes, there's a certain amount of shame associated with the dealer because that's the way they decided to do business. But shame on the customer who A, doesn't know better, B, falls for it. And
let me get you into this lease with only $600 a month payments on that Renegade. It's like, no, customer, no. Be more knowledgeable when you're spending this much money.
And so as long as people are uninformed and continue to say yes to this stuff, then dealers will continue to operate in this manner. We're trying our best to educate as many people as we can, but we're let's face it, we're small potatoes. I mean, we're in the grand scheme of things, we're small potatoes. We're not reaching enough people. As many people as we need to reach. But damn it, folks, you need to protect your own interest, and you need to take an interest in protecting your own interest so that you don't fall for this crap.
I know you're not feeling well, but that was one of your better rants.
Really?
Yeah, that was really nice.
Good. I'm glad somebody enjoyed it.
Top 5 Ray's rants. Maybe we'll get a segment one day.
Yes, please.
Huge shout out to whoever is illegally reposting our YouTube videos on TikTok. Did you know that our CarEdge TikTok that we didn't set up has 40,000 followers now?
Really?
Yeah, I got tagged in it yesterday. It's like, hey, is this you? And I'm like, I mean, that is us, but no, we don't post these here. So your Ray's rants are now making it viral without us even knowing.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it either.
I'm not sure.
I mean, yeah. Anyway.
Does it get us? Let's think about this for a second. So somebody's trafficking our content.
Yeah.
Making money off of it.
I don't think you make money on TikTok. Do you make money on TikTok?
Well, somebody must. I don't know. The Chinese do. I don't know. The Chinese government. That's who owns
That's it. Not. We're not going there, folks.
But we get a certain amount of exposure by them doing this.
Yes.
So are they editing any of the stuff to make it?
No. Like, okay. You know how we have ads in our videos? Everyone knows we have ads like about 2-3 minutes in. Like our ads are still in there too.
Well, then leave it in. Who cares?
Core guy, thank you for the thoughtful
Thank
contribution.
you, core guy.
Me at the event, Pops. I want this Hellcat for $200 a month, 60 months, no down, 0 APR. Let's make a deal because you need to move. Metal. I want to be very, very upfront and transparent about this. There's a few models that I could not get the dealership to agree to. Ram TRX
yeah.
at MSRP. No, they said no. Hellcats at MSRP. They said no. The vehicles that most people are going to buy at the
Yes.
prices that we told them we want the prices to be.
Yeah.
You're not going to find that $200 a month payment.
Well, he wasn't going
Core
to. He
guy.
knew that. The core guy. He wasn't going to find that payment $200 a month if it was 240 months.
Yeah, that math.
Yeah,
Don't math.
as somebody once said.
All right, let's wrap here, Pops. Again, CarEdge.com. All the information that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Please, folks, go to CarEdge.com. Make yourself aware of it. For example, like the first thing we did on today's show, we looked at 2022 Jeep Gladiators in our area.
Yes.
And my favorite thing about this free report is that I can sort it by highest days on market. Then I can run a full report on this if I want, or go view the listing. There's all sorts of good information back at CarEdge.com. Not to mention the fact that our team of car coaches continues to grow. We've got like 7, 8?
I can't
Somewhere
keep track.
around 10 car coaches, and we're
Yeah.
bringing back consultation calls soon as well. So
Holy
you can book
mackerel.
video consult calls. So anyway,
Well, maybe they could call Uncle Kenny on his cell phone.
maybe you could even get a call with Uncle Kenny
Yes.
on his cell phone. All right, we will be back tomorrow. Phil, we
Yes.
have 8 car coaches. There you go. We've got 8
Eight.
car. Phil leads the car coach team. So
Yeah,
thank you for all that you do, Phil.
we'll be back tomorrow. And I guess I should let Justice know that since we didn't go to Charlotte, that I am available tomorrow for the Unplugged Electric program. I should probably let him know.
Yeah, you can send him an email.
Yeah, I know how to do that.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of our community. And have a great Monday and an awesome start to your week.
Yes, we'll see you back here tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, 8 a.m. in Anchorage, 6 a.m. in Honolulu. And we're not even going to talk about the Midnight Mania in Manila.